Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 599, and it is your review of 20th Century Women. As always, this is the Nerd Chicana here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful Sunday afternoon, evening.
Yeah, recording this on a Sunday evening as we're going to release it on a Monday morning for you all. Monday afternoon. I'm sorry, Monday afternoon. But you're probably wondering why the hell's this so late?
Rolling on vacation.
Yeah, man, I deserve this sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I never get to go out. Who's here all the time, man? Who's the one that everybody wants to rely on?
Roll.
Yeah, I get my time to be able to go out and do my stuff. I want to be able to go and have fun. So I decided I went to a little vacation and we weren't able to record this before that. So I said, hey, Brad, I'm still going to be able to come back on Sunday right on time to be able to record this. So we're sitting
Here we
here
are.
to do this right now. But I've definitely missed you, man. Definitely
Oh,
missed you.
thanks for sending me pictures of the beach and all that.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
nice.
funny part is, Brad, that was like the beach, right?
Yeah.
But the actual beach that you can go hang out in and stuff, you have to pay to get in.
Oy.
Yeah.
Well, that's shitty.
Because it's like past the gate where like all the ultra rich, like people are
Oh, yeah.
fucking.
All the rich people took over to the beach.
Yeah,
that
man.
sounds about right.
Yeah. So it's like, but I got to hang out at the pool. I went to the pier. I took a lot of pictures, and then I ran into a problem with my camera while I was taking the pictures.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll see if anything even comes out from that camera.
Yeah,
But
you sent over a big old dust storm.
yeah, I ran into a dust storm on the way to the bus stop to go back home. Um, started raining really bad, and it was also really fucking hot. But yeah, so it's been quite the week, Brad. But how are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. Yesterday we had a little scare. There was a lightning strike that had a brush fire near us.
Oh
So,
shit.
if anyone knows, I've already had one house burned down. So hey.
That's not fun. Yeah.
No, we were getting, so we got a bag packed and we were waiting in case they evacuated us, but luckily they got it under control.
Yeah.
So it's just been so damn dry here. Like monsoons have not done anything, and it's a bad situation at the moment with fire risk.
Yep. Oh man, it's quite crazy. But I'm sorry, man. I know how bad that you'd probably be scared as hell to get to that. What's it called? To get that house burned down again.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I can get all the living things out, that's what
Yeah.
matters. But yeah, I'd rather not go through it again. But sometimes you don't really get a choice in that.
Oh, 100.
Uh,
percent Yeah.
yeah, but I did watch while you were gone The Bear season 2, which I had been meaning to get to.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. I know. I told you what you should probably catch up on for the what's it called the stuff. But I'm glad you got to something else.
Yeah. I watched today Christopher Nolan's the movie we're going to review
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or today if people when it comes out for people.
For patrons. For
Time
patrons today.
we're in the
Patrons.
past, this is in the future. Yada yada.
No.
But anyway, The Bear season 2, it's like a completely different show from season 1. Like season 1 I liked, but it was like I would have given it like maybe a 7 out of 10 if I'm scoring, like a 6.5, 7, because it was all right. It was good. The second season, my God, it's a whole different show. It's easily 9 to 10, like the season. It's crazy. And Raw, I think if you watched them back to back, you would see what I'm talking about. Because
Yeah.
there's a major difference between what they did season 1 and then season 2. It's a whole different tone.
Yeah. Also, Brad, have you always had that light thing in the back?
No, so that's new.
That's new. Okay.
Is it annoying you? I can
No,
change it to
it's
one
not.
solid. I can
No,
change it
no,
to one solid color.
no. It's fine. It's just I never noticed it. Also, once again, prime example when I leave Brad alone for like a weekend,
Yeah,
I'm barely fucking buy
I
shit.
had stuff.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
there's another light. We changed the color. Actually, Brenda bought all this stuff for me, so I didn't
Yeah.
go out and buy this. So Brenda was like, "Look, I have this. You want to hang it on your door?" I'm like, "Sure."
Sure.
I
Yeah.
might get more, but right now I think it's good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Before I left for my vacation, I did get the chance to watch Oppenheimer, and I'll have my review up for that. I had the chance, so I didn't. So it wasn't a press screening; it was a member screening as part of Rachel's AAA 24 um, membership, AAA 24 membership. But yeah, for now until the strike ends, I am not going to be going to any press screenings for these films, and I'm just going to be reviewing them as they come out with the public. But I did get to watch Talk to Me, which is fantastic, and I will be doing a review of that later
Who's
on.
the director of Talk to Me?
It's the YouTubers Raka Raka. You know that video
Oh,
with the what's it called? With the Ronald McDonald as he's like beating up everybody and he's just throwing them around the house.
yeah.
Yeah, those are the directors of Talk to Me.
Oh, okay.
It's their feature length debut,
Oh, cool.
and I got to watch that and a little early, and I
You haven't gotten to watch Stanley Kubrick's Barbie yet?
no, not yet, bro, not yet, not yet. I only watched Oppenheimer. I didn't get to do Barbie. Well, Luis is already watching Barbie, so probably not even gonna watch it.
I had friends who did double features of Barbie Oppenheimer. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah. Oh God, man. Well,
Although what they did is they watched Oppenheimer, which they said was kind of a downer. Like the movie was good,
no
but kind of a
shit.
downer. And then they went right into Barbie, which kind of
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah, if any of y'all were watching Barbie first and then Oppenheimer, I think you guys were doing it completely wrong.
I mean, they get that high and then the really low.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's I've got an Oppenheimer review coming out during the week, hopefully with Luis. And then I've got a Talk to Me coming out like in like 2 weeks for with y'all with so I gotta wait for Luis to watch that. But yeah, I hope all y'all have been doing well. And we are going to be discussing 20th Century Women today because we are celebrating the release of Barbie from Greta Gerwig. So we're looking at another role that she's done. And of course, this week we will be doing a commentary of Frances Ha, which is one of the first films that really garnered her, like gained her like international recognition. So we're gonna watch that and we're gonna do a commentary of it only on our Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcore. And yeah, we're gonna do that this week. But Brad, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this going, man, because we don't want to keep them waiting too long. So if you have not watched 20th Century Women, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, great!
Sound not working.
Ha ha ha! Sounds like yeah, is it not working, man? What the hell?
Hey, it ain't a
I
true
check one,
meaningful
two,
show.
one, two.
Did that work?
Yeah, that worked.
Oh my god!
It ain't a
What?
true
What?
show without technical difficulties.
It wouldn't be a true show. I'm like trying to make sure that my everything's working. I even turned on the sound pad before I what's it called before I got on, and apparently it's not working. But it's working on the actual program, but not the what's it called
The soundboard.
the soundboard. But
No.
let's just go ahead and do that again. Uh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's worked there.
All right, let's get into this, Brad. I only got a little bit to read, so we're good. 20th Century Women is a 2016 American coming of age comedy drama film written and directed by Mike Mills and starring Annette Bening, Elle Fanning, Greta Gerwig, Lucas Jade Zumman, and Billy Crudup. It is set in 1979 in Southern California and partly inspired by Mills' childhood. The film was produced by Annapurna Pictures in 2015. It had its world premiere at the New York Film Festival on October 8, 2016, and was theatrically released by A24 on December 28. Critics responded favorably to the film, and it was nominated for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy and Best Actress for Benning at the 74th Golden Globe Awards, as well as Best Original Screenplay at the 89th Academy Awards. Cinematography is done by Sean Porter. He also did the cinematography for It Felt Like Love, Kumiko, The Treasure Hunter, and Green Room. I've watched Green Room. Fantastic movie. Edited by Leslie Jones. Music is done by Roger Neal. And it sits at an hour and 58 minutes. And on a budget of $7 million, it made $7.2 million at the box office.
This wasn't one of those movies to really be made to make money. Let's be
That's the award stuff. The
yeah, let's
award
be real
circuit.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. With that said, that's all I got here for y'all. And Brad, what are your initial thoughts on 20th Century Women?
I'll go with what I liked. So that means they usually have something I don't like. I like the cast. I like the acting. I thought they did very well. Um, maybe other than I'm trying to think. Uh, I think is it Lucas J. Zuman who played the
The
kid.
boy? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like some of his character wasn't written well in some of his scenes. That's what I got. It wasn't like I don't know if written well is this, but it wasn't written enough to me because all the other characters was kind of fleshed out, like Eli, like the mother and the two women, like those characters were really fleshed out. But I really feel like the kid kind of got lost, and he was basically a main part of the story. Also, this movie was long. This movie was long and slow, and but the filming techniques and everything very well done. Like I'll give them that. Very well done. Movie looked beautiful. It's just it was very long and very slow to me.
Yeah, I would go ahead and agree with you there, Brad. I think this movie is fine. I actually kind of like it, but I think the movie suffers the most from its pace. It's very dragged out at times, but man, Adam Benning is fantastic in this
She's the
movie.
best part because
Yeah,
just her trying to connect with her son and just her being of the silent generation because she was born in the 20s.
yeah,
And you don't think like you're just going crazy because you're like, okay, so this is in the 60s, 70s, and this dude's a teenager, and his mom was born in the 20s, and she's just in her 50s already. So it's like you're trying to put that kind of in your brain with the timing of where we're at, and it's like, like why doesn't my mom talk to me? It's like, well, because she was a silent generation, and they don't talk.
yep, yep. But like even like Elle Fanning is pretty good too. But man, I loved Greta's character in this film.
Greta's yeah, it's
Greta's,
like you just open up to her in a hospital going through her treatments. I guess she's getting checked out for cancer.
hmm
At first, I want to say, and trigger warning, but I thought it was like a rape kit because
me
usually the
too,
swab. That's
me
what
too.
initially I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. Hell, even to an extent, I thought that she was getting prepped for like an abortion or something.
Yeah, something like that, and then it turns out she had cervical cancer, which you're
hmm
going, oh, okay, and which made her and let me see, William, their scenes together so more even more like momentous, I would say, is because
Yeah,
she's getting over this like this fear, this sickness she is. William's
yeah.
helping her get over that. They still don't connect well through the movie, but in those times, I mean, I thought it was like, it's her going through and you know taking back her femininity in a way.
hmm Yeah, and man, that's what I liked. I truly gotta say, like, I think that those are the two characters that Mike Mills writes the best in this movie, like the mom and Abby, and just all those
Yeah,
scenes between Abby and William, and just her, and even all the time that Abby is around Jamie, it's just like so well written, and just everything that he's trying to teach her, trying to teach him, and it's all well written. But like I said, the pacing is the one that really brings this down the most.
yeah,
I love the cinematography in this movie. I love the score in this movie, but there's just something to the way that Mike Mills decides to pace this movie and the way that's kind of edited at times.
just slow.
Really
It's
slow.
slow for no reason because you have so many great scenes and so many great dialogue connections in this. Where if you would have edited down a little more, I think you would have
Yeah.
had a really terrific movie.
Which I
But
gotta say, he completely improves this in his next film, Come On, Come On, with Joaquin Phoenix, which is just fantastic. What an incredible movie that is. And he just improves it so well with his pacing. So like this was just him still kind of like trying to, get his footing right. And it just like he has such a great script here that's just I just wish that it was paced better and there was like a little bit more tweaking in
yeah,
some characters.
because what he got out of Annette Bening just is tremendous. She is tremendous in this film. She is. I don't know. She, for a film that I generally didn't like because of the pacing, she made it worth watching.
Yeah. And like even the stuff with Elle Fanning and Jamie just that whole conversation when like she's kind of ready to have sex with him and he's like no, it's not what I want. Like I
Oh, in the hotel
yeah.
where that's what she's just expecting, and he's like, I want more. Like I want you, and she's so closed up, and she's
Yeah.
so what's the word? So protective that she
Yeah.
doesn't want to give
Reserved,
that
yeah.
because she's afraid that she's going to lose that friendship if you know she gives everything.
Yeah. And also the dinner scene with where like you know Abby brings up like her menstruation and all that, and like then what's called Elle Fanning's character brings up like the first time she ever had sex and the first time that she had her period
Which
and
and this is the '60s, and this is with Annette
you don't
Bening,
talk about.
who's in their '50s,
Yup.
who's from the silent generation. That shit you don't do.
You don't talk about that
So
ever.
it's a whole, and we're watching this way in the future. We're going, that's normal fucking dinner talk. I don't, like it's whatever. Like I flip through that and see that on YouTube or see it on a Twitter post all the time,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yup.
in that scene, Annette Bening is just so uncomfortable. She's
Yeah.
just so uncomfortable with it all, and even the guys are like they're definitely uncomfortable, but they don't want to say they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love the part. Like, I just love how like he makes the '60s come to life in this movie with like, the punk rock and stuff like that.
Oh, Black Flag coming on the
Yeah.
scene, and
Oh
then
my god, when they vandalized the mom's car and they were like, "Well, I
yeah,
really like this art stuff." Like I
I
guess
mean, in
we're
and definitely the club scenes they go. It was really cool just seeing Annette Bening go to these clubs and just watching these people just dance out of their mind, and she's just sitting there and doesn't. She's just trying to like find a connection with her son,
yeah,
and it's great to see. But she is just there's just too much time in between.
too much time in between, and you can tell that there's like it's too much time in between, a difference in the generations, and but like deep inside there, like there's a want, like
Yeah,
there's a want. She wants to
yeah,
be
but
to connect with her
and
son.
if I think if you know Lucas's character had seen what his mom was actually doing and going through, maybe it would have clicked. Like she's trying. Like
Yeah,
she can't communicate because that's just not what her generation did. Her she they were basically there to not talk and take care of the house, and that's
yeah,
kind of what they did.
and of course there's there's always like what's what I'm trying to say. Damn, I had the thought right in my head, Brad. But like there's you always want to be better than the people who raised you, right?
Yeah.
You always want to like do better than them, and you always want to do things differently because, of course, you've seen, your mother saw how she was raised, so she decided to do things different than her mom, and of course, she wasn't going to be perfect. And
I,
she
I, I
was
mean, and we see that in other Greta Gerwig. Well, actually, we see that in
mm-hmm.
Lady Bird.
Ladybird, yeah,
Yeah, where the mother's honestly terrible. Let's She's better than her mother, who was an abusive alcoholic, but you can definitely see in Lady Bird she's becoming better than her mother. She's
yeah,
actually being a kind person.
yeah, and like at least when in the case of like Annette Bening's character, like at least she's trying,
Yeah,
she has to leave it to like other people to do it for her, and yeah, it can be like a little bit really stressful at times because you're like, do you want them to raise your kid for you? Like,
well, and they actually, Mike Mills actually shows that stress come out in one scene when she's actually talking to Greta Gerwig's character.
yeah,
I can't remember the name, sorry, but you know,
Abby,
Abby. So that one scene where she and Ebony's just laying into Abby of being, you don't need to tell him about that, and then you're like, but you're like, you told them to raise him. Like she's just like, he doesn't need to go that fully into feminism. He's
yeah,
15, and it's just like, but you told them to
to raise them.
raise him.
Yeah, so like he's gonna get beat up because he tells the jock, well not
which is
jock, the
which
dude
was
who's
funny as shit.
like, well, he goes, she's probably faking, man. She probably aren't even sad.
Yeah, you have to do something with the clip, man, or it just
Yeah.
doesn't create orgasm.
Well, and I love like even though like Lucas Jade Simmons' character Jamie is really like hard to sit behind because of the way that it's written. There are moments that like Jamie really does kind of bring up a lot of things that teenagers feel at the time. Like there's like this really anxious feeling like, oh my god, like I'm on the cusp of having sex for the first time in my life, like, and I have like all these worries in my head, like, am I going to be able to satisfy this woman? And like that's something that's gonna carry on with you into adulthood too, man. Like,
Yeah,
and so I like the way that Lucas like approaches the character. I wish it had a better writing to it.
yeah. I wish Lucas's character had a little bit more better writing because he is kind of a main character there, whereas every other character seems very well fleshed out, and I just
Yeah,
it kind of caught me a little off guard there of just this character is not quite there like the rest are, and maybe that's what it was meant to be because he's a kid, and
yeah,
he may not quite be there.
yeah. And like obviously, like Elle Fanning's character has had to grow up a little more. Like all these, so there's that difference, right?
Yeah,
What you think about the ending, bro? I love that ending where he's just like, and it's sad because like Abby,
none of them stay connected,
none of them stay connected.
and the mom dies at 75, which was really sad because she I love the little voiceovers she does, and it's just like I'm dying in 20 years, and it puts everything in. It's like, okay, if he's 15, he's only gonna be 35 when his mom dies, and
Yeah,
it really it hits home. It's just like there's a set date, and the mom doesn't know it, that she's been smoking her entire life. Smoking used to doctors used to give out cigarettes for ailments. Used to give it out when they were pregnant, so it, it's just that's tough to swallow right there. Is
yeah,
they give these dates, and then at the end, I kind of like the ending too, where they give you an idea what happens, and it's nice. It gives closure, but it's also very sad in that none of them stay connected.
yeah. Even William, who like William stays with her for a little longer, right?
Yeah,
But he is,
I mean, but even he moves on, and then he gets a divorce again, and I think he ends up with another woman. I think that's how it played. I don't know. He had a few divorces going in,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I did like Abby's character having two
yeah.
children, even though the doctor said they didn't think she'd be able to. So that was a highlight.
And the whole time I thought that Abby's like journey was gonna go to the fact that she was gonna die.
Yeah,
Like there
and
was, yeah,
really, it ends up being Annette Bening's character who,
yeah, yeah. Well, like, and I like the part like, oh, she remarried. She what's it called?
yeah, and he it was nice. He
Well,
got
you
her
didn't
on her
remarry.
birthday
She met another guy. She
and stayed with him for till she died.
Yeah,
And he would get her a airplane ride like the ones she used to pilot
yeah,
on her birthday. And I like the stock thing where she sit down. It was kind of trying to connect and get him like into what she was into, and
yeah.
it was
I
stock.
love the whole when he forges her signature and he's like, what do you mean? Like it was like, well, is it bad that he wants to stay home? And he goes, yeah, but he forged your signature.
Eh, you know,
Oh my
whatever.
god.
But the ending there where she's trying to tell him what to do with her stocks, and it's not legible.
No, no.
And little stuff like that is what makes this movie like good in a sense. It's just the pacing is bad.
Yeah. But God, man, like I said, it has like a lot of potential and it sadly
Yeah,
like just falls really like under the pressure of all the pacing. But like I said, I still somewhat like this movie. I think it's pretty
yeah.
good. I just wish that
I think if you would go back and just edit some of this and
yeah,
maybe flesh out the Lucas's character,
yeah.
you'd have a pretty close to perfect movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that he learned and he like was able to improve a lot in his next movie cuz come on is beautiful, man. It's like such a great movie one of my favorite performances from Joaquin Phoenix. So he
But
improved a lot.
but anybody listening to this, I mean, if you haven't watched the movie and just listening to us, watch it for Annette Bening.
Oh, her
Just
performance.
just her performance is terrific in this.
Yeah. It's a shame it wasn't nominated at the Academy Awards because
Yeah.
my God, is she great?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, oh, Brad, what is your final verdict on 20th Century Women?
I'm waffling between 6.5 and 7, so I'm gonna go 6.75.
I'm pretty much at a 7 as well.
Yeah.
I'm at a 7. I think that it was good. It's just it has a lot of things that they can be improved, but like I said, it's just there's a lot of things that you can improve, but it's to me it was still able to engage me. I was able to at least get some stuff out of it that I really enjoyed.
And some of the characters were
Yeah.
very interesting,
Yeah.
and the story plot was interesting. It's
Yeah.
just a few characters need to be fleshed out more, and editing would have helped this movie greatly.
Yeah. But yeah, if you all just want to get into this movie and want to watch it, like at least watch it for these performances because their performances are great. Yeah. But that concludes our review of 20th Century Women. And with that, we want to thank you all so much for joining us. Please check out our website, thenerdcore.com, our Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram at the Nerdcore, our Patreon at the $1 tier. You get the episodes live and early before anybody else gets to watch them or listen to them over at patreon.com/the Nerdcore. We do all our reviews there early and live for patrons at the $1 tier. We have also our commentary tier set up at the $5 tier, so you can get that, and along with other really cool stuff, you can go check that out. So patreon.com/the Nerdcore for that. And of course, we want to talk about Barbie. You want to talk about Greta Gerwig. You want to talk about all those films that we've been talking about this month. Go over to Discord on our Discord link. It's in the description below. And it's also, get to talking to us on our comments. Talk to us in there. We really like to interact with you all. We love interacting with you all. And I know Nathan his comments sit in there in the YouTube without a reply yet. I'm gonna get to that. I just haven't been at my setup, so I'm glad that they've been doing well, and I'm glad that they got both their Oppenheimer and their Barbie reviews up this weekend. So that was whew. Hey, they do a lot of editing, Brad. So that took a lot of work.
Oh no, I agree. I followed them, by the way. So
Yeah,
I did subscribe.
Great stuff. I'm glad that they were able to get that out because you tell me if I would have been able to edit that shit.
See, that's why we don't edit anything.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we do, but most of the time,
not often.
Yeah. But we want to thank you all so much for watching us on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content on the channel. If you're watching us, if you're listening to us on the audio waves on a podcast app, please make sure you leave a 5-star review on that podcast app, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify. Those are the only three that I know of right now that allow you to do that. So please check that out and please leave a 5-star review for us. We want to thank our Patreon supporters because without them, it's not possible, especially our producer, Shane. Where can I find him, Brad?
You follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter at thriftedil, or go buy something from the Suppy God at prisoncityvintage.com.
Of course, we want to thank you all so much for that. And you all are the reason that it happened. So thank you, Shane. And of course, we will be back tomorrow for our review of Christopher Nolan's Following as we conclude the month. And then remember, y'all, on Thursday, we will not have a public review. You can go and check out our exclusive review of Dunkirk as we conclude it for the patrons by pledging to the $5 tier on Patreon. So go and check that out. But other than that, we will catch you all tomorrow for our review of Following. Brad, let's go ahead and send them out.
All right, Raul. Thank you, host as always. Thank all those who, well, I don't know if you'll be in chat tomorrow, but if you are, thank you. Thank all the listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And in this episode, I'm just going to say, go hug your mom. Young Yoda out.